So what's the best way to prospect and build rapport with potential clients? Well, I'm going to introduce you to Ed Rush, former F-18 fighter pilot. He's also the most efficient human being I've ever known. But more importantly, he's done over 340 5- and 6-figure consulting deals. And he's going to share with you exactly the kinds of questions he asks that gets people to open up and share everything they need in a way where they don't feel vulnerable or scared, and he's able to deliver massive value and then be able to close a big deal with it. So take it away, Ed.
Okay, thanks, Mike. I love consulting, and I love consulting because consulting is nothing more than helping people get what they want. And what I found is that when I work with folks who want to become consultants, they get nervous right in the very beginning because they look at me and they go, I don't know all the answers. And the cool thing about consulting is you don't need to know all the answers, you just need to know all the questions. And so one of the things that I do when I sit down with a prospect or somebody who's interested in hiring me is I'll typically sit down and they're going to start to ask me questions about what I do, and I ask them questions about what they do because I'm very interested in their business. Now, if you've ever read books on persuasion or influence or sales, you'll hear them talk about these strategies or techniques, maybe neuro-linguistic programming or ways to get people to close on the sale. But they skip past one of the most important things, which is just the idea of rapport. Getting to know someone and them getting to know you and you liking them and them liking you. And what I'll tell you is you can use a bunch of different sales strategies and techniques, all kinds of stuff that you've read out of a book, but if you don't have rapport, if the person doesn't like you, you're not going to close the sale. And if they do like you, you can throw almost all that stuff away and you'll still probably end up closing the sale. And so typically what I'll do when I work with someone is I'll sit down and I'll start asking them questions. And typically there are 2 categories or 2 blocks of questions, but let me just talk through what I'll ask them. For example, I might ask them questions about their promotion, or how do they get leads, or how do they get customers, or maybe how they get ongoing sales. But what I'll do is I will ask them what they're doing and what they would like to do. Let me give you an example of how these work. And actually, I just gave you 8 questions right there, but let me ask you how this works. I'll sit down with someone and I'll go, so what are you doing right now to promote your business? And then they'll answer. They'll say, well, right now we're trying Facebook ads. Right now we're trying to do YouTube videos. Right now we're trying to build our website. So these are what they're doing. And then I'll say, well, what do you like to do to promote your business? And they're like, wow, what we'd really love to do is we'd like to do Google ads and we'd like to create a series of webcasts. So that's the like to do. And then I'll say, well, what are you doing right now to get leads? And they'll say, well, people come to our website, they put their name and email address in to get a free series of videos. And I'll say, what would you like to be doing to get leads? And they're like, what we really love to do to get leads is create a new book. Let's say, what are you doing right now to get customers? And they'll answer that, what would you like to do to get customers? What are you doing right now to get ongoing sales? What would you like to do to get ongoing sales? So I'm asking them questions, and all I'm doing while they're answering the questions is I'm writing down the answers, especially this like to do column. Now, one of the key questions that I'll ask in the middle of all these questions right here is, how's it working out for you? Okay? So I just actually gave you 9 questions now. So if you think about this, it goes like this. What are you doing right now to promote your business? How's that working out for you? What would you like to be doing to promote your business? What are you doing right now to get leads? How's that working out for you? What would you like to be doing to get leads? What are you doing right now to get customers all the way through? Okay, now, at this point, I'm going to transition. I've already asked a bunch of questions about their business. Maybe I'll ask them some following questions. I'm going to say, would you like help with that? Okay, so there's my 9th question. And I'm going to ask them probably more questions during the meeting that we've done, but you'll notice I'm simply asking questions all the way through. So I'm asking them promotion, lead, customer, ongoing help, and then I'll just say, would you like help with that? Or I would say, of all the things that we talked about today, what's the thing that you would like help with the most? Maybe I'll ask that question. And all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tease out the things that they would be willing to pay for. The last question, or not the last, but one of the other questions I would ask is the magic wand question, okay? The wand question. And it goes like this. It goes, listen, if you could wave a magic wand and you could get rid of 3 problems in your business or overcome 3 challenges, what would those 3 things be? And maybe they'll come back and say, man, if we could just overcome the lead traffic problem, that would be the big one. That's a lot of business owners, they want traffic. Or, if we could just get rid of our biggest competitors and their credibility in the marketplace, or if we could establish ourselves as the name brand in the marketplace for a certain thing, that's the wave the magic wand question. And those are the questions. So again, all I did was just give you some questions, but there's 10 things that you can look at right here that you could sit in front of a consulting client to start to build a deal. And you haven't even given them any solutions to any problem. Remember, that comes in the consulting deal. Now, I just gave you this in the instance of maybe you're working with a company that might be wanting to do some digital marketing. But remember, this works in any business, works in any industry, and it works for any kind of consulting. So let me give you an example. Let's just take one completely out of business. Let's say you're in health consulting. Let's say you work with people and you help them get in shape, you help them run better, you help them train for triathlons, maybe you just help them lose weight. So you could sit down with someone and you could say, well, what are you doing right now with your nutrition? How's that working out for you? What would you like to be doing? What are you doing right now for your fitness? How's that working out for you? What would you like to be doing? What are you doing right now for cardiovascular health? How's that working out for you? What would you like to be doing? What are you doing right now for vitamins and nutrients? How's that working out for you? What would you like to be doing? And so you could just simply ask those questions. Again, this is a format that you can use for any business, any industry. Would you like help with that? And if you could wave a magic wand and solve 3 health problems, what would they be? Again, you can use this in any industry. This is just a way of asking questions. And by asking questions, what you do is you build rapport. You start identifying your prospects' needs and their desires, and then you start putting yourself into the solution for that problem. So there's the way to ask questions to build rapport. Mike?
Thank you, Ed. Now, if you're asking some how questions like, okay, this sounds like a really, really good tool, or the opportunities that Ed are talking about sound great, but the question is, how do I start a business like this quickly? How do I find prospects, build relationships, pitch them, close them, do the work and actually get paid? And the good news is you're in luck, because not only have we created a series of follow-up videos and tools, including our elevator pitch machine and an email signature machine. We've shared with you, we've created a video called The Best Way to Find and Get Clients, even if you don't have a business, product, list, or name, and the best way to prospect and build rapport with potential clients. And finally, how to influence, persuade, pitch, and close a deal. So all of those and a handy companion mini book is available with all the scripts and examples you need, is available. Just text your contact information to the number you see on the screen. And if you want to get started right away and learn more from Ed, so you can generate qualified leads and close clients in as little as 2 days, head on over to the link for the free training webinar with Ed Rush. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you at that webinar real soon.